Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Teresa. Before I get to Teresa's video, please go to the Rumble link in the description box and give the video a view on Rumble, as I'm monetized there, and it'll help with the channel. On to Teresa's content. Teresa sent in another clip from the Black Pill channel. So here we go. This is on The Simpsons and God.
You see, there are some crybabies out there, religious types mostly, who might be offended.
Even before The Simpsons became its own show, when it was just a poorly drawn cartoon used as filler during the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah, I talked about that. I mean, I remember when that popped, I was like 13, 14 when the Tracy Ullman show popped, and it was like, it was almost like an SNL ambiguously gay duo, kind of how like they did that in between sketches, but it was a recurring theme, and it was so popular then, people kind of demanded it be made into a full-length cartoon.
The Simpsons were still setting the tone for what was to come.
Mom, Dad, look! We're pagans!
Christianity is old and outdated and uncool. But in these early episodes, that could be seen as just kids just being kids. That's only a sentiment that these unruly children have. Homer and Marge, like most Americans at the time, they still attend church. Even if they have to drag their kids kicking and screaming because church was so uncool, that's something that children were picking up from their parents.
Let's go, Homer!
But you don't understand, Marge. I have $50 riding on this game.
Way before The Simpsons, the boomer generation had already gone through a anti-Christian propaganda ringer for decades, and they themselves seem to have internalized that attending church was just out of some kind of obligation to the past.
Why should I feel like a traffic cop every Sunday morning?
1990. I graduated in 91, so that was junior year, was season 1. So 16, about 13, 14 when it first came out. Jesus, The Simpsons have been around a long time.
Just trying to get a little goodness into the family.
Where is it? The game! Where is it?
An obligation that seemed increasingly less important as time went by, especially as church began to have to compete with all of the luxuries and entertainment available to the richest and most decadent generation the world had ever known.
I can't believe you're giving up church, Homer.
Hey, what's the big deal about going to some building every Sunday? I mean, isn't God everywhere?
Amen, brother.
And don't you think that the Almighty has better things to worry about than where one little guy spends one measly hour of his week?
Tell it, Daddy.
And what if we pick the wrong religion? Every week we're just making God madder and madder.
Testify.
When The Simpsons attacks Christianity, as it does many aspects of Western culture, they often speak directly of these temptations of entertainment. But the writers also skillfully address...
See, but I kind of agree with Homer on this. That's where I'm at in religion. He just doesn't want to go. My reason for not going to the church is the Catholic Church. It's the church itself is corrupt, not the religion.
That lingering fear. That other thing that kept this generation going to church. The fear of going to hell.
And I'll say this, the same thing that destroyed movies and destroyed culture and is causing societal narcissism destroyed the Catholic Church. It's destroying the Catholic Church as well.
Good?
Thou hast forsaken my church.
Well, kind of, but...
But what?
I'm not a bad guy. I work hard and I love my kids, so why should I spend half my Sunday hearing about how I'm going to hell?
You've got a point there. You know, sometimes even I'd rather be watching football. Does St. Louis still have a team?
No, they moved to Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I really hate about church? Those boring sermons.
I couldn't agree.
Jesus, that's how old this is. This is 92, so this is after the Cardinals moved from St. Louis to Phoenix, but before the Rams moved from Los Angeles to St. Louis, and then the Rams moved back to Los Angeles, so St. Louis has no football team again. God, this has been around a long-ass time, this show.
Three more. That Reverend Lovejoy really displeases me. I think I'll give him a kicker sore.
Give him one for me.
I will.
So I figure I should just try to live right and worship you in my own way.
Homer, it's a deal. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to appear in a tortilla in Mexico.
But you see, even God is fine with you not going to church. We shouldn't have communities We should all be these floating atoms in space, doing our own thing with our own version of morality.
I agree with his sentiment here, but the problem is, and listen, I don't think Matt Groening was talking about this in 1992. He's just trying to reject Christianity, but there is major problems in the Catholic Church. That's undeniable. And to be fair, Homer's attitude on it is pretty much the same as my attitude. But it's not because I've been convinced of anything about the church. From what I could see what the church is myself.
Relativism. No connection to any...
And I know I got a lot of ultra-religious, Orthodox Christians, evangelicals who follow me and agree with me. I talk to them. They tell me, you're right. Church sucks. It's terrible. All they're about is money.
Anything or anyone else. All defining good and evil for ourselves.
And then when you consider, sorry, I keep stopping this. And then when you consider how many abuse stories that have been written in on this channel that are centered around the church.
Boy, time really flies when you're reading the Bible. Ew.
That's right, kids and grown-ups alike. The Bible is gross.
Yeah.
Nothing good ever came.
See, and there it is. And there's the anti-Catholicism. And Catholicism, the Catholic Church, does itself no favors in this. And I think most of that is by design. Because what the church has become is just another political organization.
From the Bible.
Let's thank the Lord for another beautiful school day.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord? That sounded like a prayer. A prayer. A prayer in a public school. God has no place within these walls, just like facts have no place within organized religion.
Facts have no place in organized religion. You see, as this Jewish character, one of many in The Simpsons, explains, we have evolved past that. Religion, it's just a lie.
Get a divorce.
But isn't that a sin?
Or just about everything is a sin.
And what they're really saying here is God is a lie. Morality is a lie. It's a fight against morality. That's all it is. They're pushing degeneracy. Degeneracy is the goal.
You ever sat down and read this thing? Technically, we're not allowed to go to the bathroom.
A silly, ridiculous lie. Even the clergy think so.
If the Bible has taught us nothing else, and it hasn't, it's that girls should stick to girl sports, such as hot oil wrestling.
But actually, it's worse than just lies. It's hateful lies.
Sexism.
Hateful lies that promote things like sexism and homophobia.
Do you reject Satan and all his empty promises?
That's why Homer is willing to do whatever it takes to keep it from his children. But it doesn't matter if we mock religious traditions and blaspheme an imaginary God. After all, God is fake, and so is the existence of a soul.
Soul? Come on, Milhouse. There's no such thing as a soul.
Nope.
What religion are you?
You know, the one with all the well-meaning rules that don't work out in real life. Christianity.
Just a bunch of meaningless rules.
Homer, the Lord only asks for an hour a week.
In that case, you should have made the week an hour longer. Lousy God.
Remember, and you will, because that's how repetition works. It's okay to blaspheme God over and over and over.
It's just a fight for degeneracy. That's it. The degenerate cannot handle having the mirror held up to their face. So what do they want to do? They want to ban all the mirrors. That's what Christianity, that's what religion is supposed to do. It's supposed to hold the mirror up to your face so you have self-reflection. So you can look inside yourself. They don't want to do that.
Primetime television.
God is so in your face.
Yeah, he's my favorite fictional character.
Because over and over, he's not real.
What? Wait! I'm no missionary. I don't even believe in Jeebus.
And you know that. That's why you're going to tune in again next week.
We taught them some English and ridiculed away most of their beliefs.
So you can take it from there. Bye.
Ridicule away most of their beliefs. I can't think of a better phrase that describes what Hollywood aimed to do with Christians in the 90s. Nearly everything that's come out of Hollywood for the last 30 or 40 years has attacked Christianity. And yet, American Christians, time after time, line up around the block waiting for tickets.
Son, at times like this, I just look at my bracelet.
Good point, Dad. What would Jesus do?
Jesus? I thought it was Geppetto.
Well, that goes hand in hand with the media promoting it. Now, why would the media be trying to destroy Christianity? Huh. Is there one particular group that has a particular share of media control? A group that we just watched a video that I did prior that said if they had the choice to eliminate one religion between Islam and Christianity, they would eliminate Christianity. I even saw a comment in one of my videos supported saying, yeah, we are the chosen people. Huh. Nah, I'm sure that's just conspiracy theory, and I'm just reading into things that don't really exist.
Oh, I wish God were alive to see this.
The message is loud and clear. God is dead, and it's funny to dance on his grave.
I've come to hate my own creation. Now I know how God feels. I'll build you a new treehouse. One so grand it'll be an affront to God himself.
Can it have a rope ladder you can pull up after you?
Only if it's an affront to God. It would have been a lot worse if I hadn't been carrying this Bible in my crotch.
I'm dying.
And that's the difference between like The Simpsons and Seth MacFarlane with Family Guy, though I do like Family Guy, and take South Park, though I think they friggin' pussing out with what they're doing now. But South Park never denied God. God's a character, though he's a little troll character. He is the real God, and there is Jesus, and Jesus is always a good guy in South Park. He's never a piece of garbage. Never that he doesn't exist. He exists. He helps the kids.
There's heaven. But who's that? Confucius. And Milton Berle. Boy, have I been barking up the wrong tree.
Well, I guess Jews still go to heaven.
Meet Maggie Simpson. IQ 167.
167? That's amazing for a Christian.
But that's okay because Christians are too stupid to get that night after.
There it is. I knew he was going to have to make that connection somewhere because, I could tell this guy, obviously popular. I haven't heard of him before. I never heard of him before Teresa started sending me these. But, I had to go there. I knew he had to be able to make that connection.
Night, they are the joke.
And when I feel weak, I will draw strength from the Bible.
They will tune in every week and laugh.
Hey, anything's possible with a little help from my father.
Because they're sick of being made fun of. Because they're sick and tired of they just want it to stop, but it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Because as long as God exists in any way, shape, or form, there's a mirror that exists that they don't want to look into.
Bible. Oh no! It's a real one! No!
As we insult them to their faces.
Why did I put my faith in science and technology?
Oh, why did I choose to be gay?
As we make fun of them and destroy their faith.
Hey, Moses, are you a loser? Yes, I am, Homer.
They laugh and buy our t-shirts and all the other crap we sell them.
I coveted the wife in Jaws 2. I lied to a waiter. I masturbated 8 billion times, and I have no plans to stop masturbating.
I will say that take this with a grain of salt. It's not like Homer is depicted as some kind of ultra genius or pinnacle of morality. He's a buffoon. So at least you got that. So maybe there's some, you would think maybe there's some kind of hidden because he is a buffoon. He's an idiot. But again, people take the word of an idiot as long as they're hearing it, that idiot is talking out of the television.
Rating in the future. Whoa, I'm clean! In your face, Lord!
They eat it up and go to bed with a smile on their face.
Who knew saints had such fat heads?
It's all a big scam.
This boot?
No, religion in general.
Ned, you've got to take this thing with a grain of salt. I mean, come on.
So does this theory of evolution necessarily mean that there is no God?
No, of course not. It just says that God is an impotent nothing from nowhere with less power than the Undersecretary of Agriculture, who has very little power in our system. That's why I hate being late.
Well, I hate going. Why can't I worship the Lord in my own way? By praying like hell on my deathbed.
Homer, they can kill you inside.
Relax. Those pious morons are too busy talking to their phony baloney God.
See, Marge is the smarter one, and she's the one who goes to the one being dragging everybody to church. Homer's the dummy complaining about it.
Peace be with you. Praise Jeebus. Oh, this book doesn't have any answers. Man, that church service was so boring. Wow, you make people miserable and there's nothing they can do about it. Just like God. I guess I'm more powerful than God now.
Trick or treat isn't just some phrase you chant mindlessly like the Lord's Prayer.
America has a tradition of turning outlaws into legends after their deaths. Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, Jesus Christ.
Martin was like Jesus, only real.
Jesus Jr.'s gonna set us all straight. Look, Homer, people don't come back as anything except for our Lord who came back as bread.
I know parts of our marriage are based on lies, but so are a lot of good things. Religion.
Who's that?
It is me, Jesus, under the watchful eyes of God. And I'll be watching you too in case God's busy making tornadoes or not existing.
If you're happy and you know it, that's a sin.
Who wrote your brochure? The same schmuck who wrote the New Testament? I can't talk to you. You talk to my niece, Dorit. Dorit!
You can see the it's getting more and more rabid as the show goes on. We're in season 21 now. Like, you were getting a reference here and there, like a season here, and then maybe another one 6 seasons later, and 3. Now it's multiple references per season, which is almost like a desperation here. As the writer gets older, as Matt Groening gets older, it's like he's more and more desperate to break every mirror. But it's almost as if now we're at a point where there's more mirrors being created. No matter how many break, there's more and more surrounding them. And that's why you're seeing this desperation now in the later seasons where it's over and over and over again. Also, this show should have went off the air probably 15, 20 years ago. Okay, and it probably has just had nothing else to write at this point.
Talk to the stupids.
Shalom, Goyim.
What are you up to?
Reading prayers and ignoring them, just like God.
God created a devil. Finally, he did something cool.
We're visiting Grandpa.
No fair, we just went to church.
Yeah, so we've already heard stories from thousands of years ago about stuff that didn't happen. Hey, it's gotta be good if Satan put his name on it.
But you're God. Couldn't you make everything the way it was?
Well, I could, but the big man downstairs wouldn't like it.
Get me a coffee.
Yes, sir.
Hail, Flanders! Mightier than Jesus! Woohoo! Nope.
So that season, that was season 22. It seems like they had a full-length episode on it.
More church!
Harry Maud's ghost.
There is no God, Nettie. It's just an empty, meaningless void.
And that's why I really don't believe there's a God.
Where's my God now?
Help me, God! What is it I'm paying
So that's 3 in that season. Now we're on the season 24.
you for every Sunday?
How long has it been since
1,
we prayed together, neighbor?
2.
This is praying? Let me out of here!
Are you saying I'm wasting my time?
2 and 24, season 25.
No, I'm saying you're wasting everyone's time. But it's a church thing, so that's a given.
Bad news,
2
people.
for
Our
season
religion is not
25.
true. Sorry about that.
How do you stay so happy?
Season
and
26.
don't say Jesus.
Merry Christmas, son.
Don't you mean happy birthday?
It's 2 presents.
Walkie-talkies don't...
And they're always doing it, seems like, during the Christmas set. So they want to make sure that they take an extra big piece of shit, take an extra big shit on Christianity during Christmas.
Don't count as 2
How brave. How brave.
presents. God. I mean you.
It's just so theater kids. It's just such high school losers in their basements complaining about the cool kids. I mean, it's just what it comes off as. Pathetic and desperate.
Idiot.
Stupid church. Why would Jesus want us
2
to waste our
for
weekend on
season
extra boring,
26.
no recess dress-up school?
Exactly. God gets your prayers, but he just clicks the...
Sky Police. I wonder what that's a reference to. So you'd have a Christmas episode where you're shitting on God. Now you have another whole episode. It's called Sky Police.
Complete without reading them.
Come on.
That's 3. Bully. So that's 3 in season 26.
Give it back. Oh, forgive them, Father.
I raised a wuss.
God is in everything. He's
Season
omnipresent.
27.
You mean if I check into the Omni Hotel right now, he's there?
As a matter of fact, he is.
And from now on, we're staying at the Hyatt Regency.
The Simpsons are one of the most popular families in the world.
That's
I
2.
knew it! In your face, Jesus family!
It's Yiddish, the language
Season
of our forgotten
28.
people.
Another Christmas episode shitting on God.
Mom raised me Christian.
A Christian? Oh, that vibizina shiksa.
Maybe I could teach SAT prep. At least there are answers in the back of that book.
Look, this game is, or at least was,
So he only had one that season. Season 28. Season 28.
bigger than Jesus, okay?
It's a pretty low bar these days.
This sad wino doesn't look like your god.
Season 29.
Marge, my child, I've come to offer solace in this difficult time.
You mean convert me to your religion when I'm at my most vulnerable?
No, I'm just here to ask you an important question. Have you heard the news?
Yes, I will be saved. Thanks so much for stopping by.
I'm just going to leave you with this literature.
What if after we die, that's it? We're just gone.
So just poof? Really? Poof and then just super nothing?
Now, make a decision to turn your life to God.
That's 2 for season 29. 3. Episode 3 for season
He's not
29.
going to come back if he thinks it's a church. Marge, it's worse than we
Number
thought.
4 for season 29. So like I said, like he's just running out of content. So let's just bash God. So now we're up to 4. We went from every couple of seasons there was a reference and like to every season, multiple episodes, reference after reference after reference. Desperation.
Speaking in tongues. He's a religious weirdo. The worst thing there is.
There is a God, and his name is
That's 5. Season 29. That's 5 now. 5 episodes.
the devil.
Thank you for this Christian
Season
answer.
30.
And I'd like to thank the Academy of Arts and Anti-Sciences. And let me just ask this. Is it possible any other religious beliefs are founded on myths?
This interview is over.
And after 30 years of successfully socially engineering the West to throw away the idea of God and promoting atheism, what if the public feels empty? No problem. As it turns out, atheists go to heaven too.
Talking about people who don't believe in God but are still righteous. I'm talking about atheists, Lord.
Atheists? I refuse to believe they exist.
Well, they do. Maybe they deserve a place here, too.
It's not just the Buddhists and the Jews.
All right, I agree. We will open heaven to the deserving atheists. If we've learned anything from these 3 tangentially related stories, it's that there are many paths to heaven.
Maybe we should let everybody in.
Great idea.
And again, it's about replacing God. That's it. It's about replacing God, just like with any other basic narcissist.
I decree that all with good souls are welcome in heaven now and forever.
In fact, in the last few years that The Simpsons have been on the air, they seem to have been trying to drive the final nail into God's proverbial coffin.
Say, Marge, I could go for some donuts. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Holy crap. I never had faith in God or family, but I had faith in
That's
television.
3 for season
this
30.
place looks interesting.
31.
No, that's an actual church.
Church will not be canceled.
2 for season 31.
Episode after episode has been focused on this idea of moral relativism.
Sweetie, prayer doesn't have to be to God. It can also just be an
3.
honest conversation we have with ourselves. Just do what your heart tells you.
This idea that every morality, except for Christian morality, of course, is good morality. It's a replacement for God.
A love that isn't mad at us for our doubt or angry at us
4.
because we're alcoholics.
Finally, recognized for my accomplishments.
I think so many of us have made a God that's like us instead.
I don't even know who still watches The Simpsons anymore, though. Like, by 2020, like, are The Simpsons even relevant?
Instead of the other way around. God loves diversity. God didn't just make one type of flower. He made thousands of different flowers. Roses, lilies, orchids, and he made the weeds too. But he loves all of them indiscriminately, just like the bees.
You have made this bumblebee a humblebee.
Jesus said, let the weeds grow with the wheat. That means it's all in the game. Go easy on yourself. You don't have to earn God's love. You are God's love.
And now, after 3 decades of relentlessly undermining, they don't need to mask it in humor. They just tell the cattle outright. The Simpsons dedicated entire episodes to
Because, like I said, with the left and with the narcissist and with the Marxist and with communism, eventually they just have to make their move. It gets to a point where, and they know this, it's in their own writings, they're going to have to make their move, and it's either going to be it's winner take all. And they realize they could lose it all. But they're going to get to a point where it's past the point of no return, and they have to go all in. And I think, this is 2020. Like, we were supposed to, like, Hillary Clinton was supposed to be the catalyst. It was supposed to be the end, the downfall. Trump winning in 2016. When Trump won in 2016, that put a pin in all of this. And then they had to ramp it up. I don't think it's any coincidence that, we were starting to pick up, but after 2016, the God references over and over and over and over again, because they're trying to destroy Western culture as quickly as possible, because they were at the point of no return. Trump winning and Brexit and the things that were going on were showing them, okay, we're losing it. We're going to lose it all. We got to go all in right now and let it fall where it may. That's where we're at right now.
This idea while still keeping up the constant hammering at Christianity and going to church to find answers.
You're a vegetarian? What about evolution?
Into it.
Gay rights?
Love is love.
Unless, of course, that church is the same kind of globalist, Unitarian, trans kids supporting church that promotes moral relativism.
Look, God is the love, the yes that set the universe in motion. He or she.
For over 30 years, the message was the same. You don't have to have standards or morality. You just have to be yourself. Embrace diversity. You see, God, if he or she is even real, he or she will let everyone into heaven anyway, if there is a heaven.
Guess what, Mom? I'm a cruciverbalist.
Another religion? You're just going to drop the whole thing when you go to college and get a Jewish boyfriend.
Probably.
And certainly, if you watch The Simpsons, you have to agree, right? Certainly, if you believed in God, then you wouldn't tolerate all this blasphemy night after night, week after week. Clearly, you can't take God seriously if you conveniently overlook the repeated attacks on your sacred beliefs and trade for some ha-ha funny time. You cannot tell me you believe in God. Because if you did believe in God, if you believed in God and you decided to just sit there and not just ignore the insults.
It's not so much that they believe in God, it's I am God. If God exists, then they can't be him.
Hurled at him, but to join in on the fun so you can have your ha-ha funnies. What kind of man would that make you? Clearly you can't believe in God. Because what would that say about you if you did? Think about that. If you really believed in God, and week after week, night after night, you laugh or even just look the other way, how is that any different than a coward just standing there pissing his pants as another man threatens and insults your wife?
Well, that's just it. Most Catholics and Christians, they are cowards. This turn the other cheek nonsense. And you know where it all comes from.
To her face, right next to you. Because you're too much of a pussy to defend her. You're so conflict avoidant. Not only do you not defend her, you actually start to laugh at the insults this man is hurling at your wife. So he knows you're on his side. So he knows you don't pose a threat. That's how much of a fucking pussy you'd have to be. Worse than that, because God comes before your spouse. You would have to be lower than that. You would have to be so low, surely. You can't possibly believe in God. You can't be that disgusting, that feeble, that pathetic. Are you?
They are. Yeah, they are that pathetic. And it's been indoctrinated to them since catechism. Listen, Catholics have been getting, in the media and in the movies, like that's the whole point of the video in his channel. This is nothing new. And it's turned most of these Catholics into utter pussies.
Or did the Simpsons just finally get what they wanted after 30 fucking years? Making you feel uncomfortable at first, but because you were too scared To not laugh at the jokes?
No. I see. This is a reaction. See, like what you were seeing here in 2016 and on is a reaction to Trump. This was desperation. This started off as a reference here, a reference there to full-on panic. It's over-the-top desperation.
Written by gay Jews and pedophiles in Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
That insulted your God? You were too scared? Not just to say something, but to not laugh. You'd rather have the acceptance of pedophiles than stand up in service of your God.
I don't think it's acceptance. Not necessarily. With some it is. With others, it's just like you just don't want to deal with the negative because you know what's coming. You know how these sociopaths react. You know it. They're dangerous. They're crazy. They're out of their minds. Now, this is like 5-6 years old, this video. So I would wonder if he redid this, if he'd still stand by it.
Until little by little, there was only one way to avoid the shame of that level of cowardice. And that was to stop believing in God in your heart. Because if you did believe in him, and you still not only allowed this to go on, but you joined in the fun so pedophiles would think you were cool, what kind of man would you be then?
No better than them.
For Black Pilled, I'm Devin Stack.
No better than them. And he's right. I just think he's a little bit off on their motivation. Okay, because I mean, you did see these attacks picking up as the seasons went along. Now, some of it could just be they're out of material. But after 2016, after Trump, you saw the desperation, the full-on episodes, dedicated it, episode after episode after episode. This is the left, the Marxist, the narcissist. This is their final move, and I've been talking about this, and I've been telling you. Okay, I don't know how long the move plays out, but now in 2025, we're looking at a much different reactive world. Whereas now in 2025, we figured out you don't got to take it. You can stand up to them. You can back these guys down, which is exactly why they were putting out all this anti-God stuff in the first place. To get you to comply, to make you feel alone, to isolate you spiritually. But you don't have to be, and that's what everybody is figured out. And that's what they were so terrified of happening. And it's happening anyway. I think that's how strong Christianity is. When even the organization that supposedly runs it can't destroy it, maybe there's still a little bit more to it. But what you're seeing here from Hollywood, this is them smashing every mirror. They want every mirror destroyed so they don't have to look at their own reflection. So they're never forced to self-reflect. Because isn't that the entire purpose of religion and Christianity in the first place? Is to reflect on oneself through God. They want to destroy that mirror. So thank you, Teresa, for another contribution, another clip. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do. Do the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Be sure to subscribe to both channels on Rumble. Please watch the video over there. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.